Micah? Hmm.
4th
I've
of
been,
March, Rabbi Furst, Pierke, Avos, Esther.
Well, okay, so I guess he had to make sure that all these women that are going to be potential candidates are pretty. And
well, you know,
he got,
if you're supposed to deliver, a nice looking girl to the king and wind up giving him an old hag, you're gonna be in trouble.
right.
So you want them to look pretty good, at least the king shouldn't be disappointed. You know what happened to the baker and to the butler when it came time to Pharaoh when they made a mistake.
That's right. That's right.
You don't want to disappoint the king.
Absolutely
Okay.
not.
Okay, in any event, I think you should have gotten the replacement document for um for what we should be learning now. Checking your email, it should be there.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay,
It'll
hold
be
on.
coming on the screen momentarily. And yeah, and we're actually going to go. Let's start this. Let's start learning this now because we want to catch up with the pukim that we're learning here.
I
So
didn't get the email, Rabbi.
I just sent it out. You didn't get one now, just momentarily.
I'm looking for it. I'm refreshing. I don't see it. Yeah, I'll give it a minute.
Yeah. Hmm.
I'm quickly printing, well, as quick as my printer prints, quick printing it out so I can read it easily.
You're good. You got yours, Roy? Yeah.
I still I still didn't get it.
All right. We shall see. Maybe it went to scam. Did you look in your scam? It had it's the same one that I sent out, but with a additional correct document.
Hmm.
I'm going to see something real quick. Um, okay.
I'm sending it out to you again, Lou. There, you should get it now.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Not check your search. Check if you don't check your server. Okay.
That's
Let me put it on the screen.
Okay, I got it, Rabbi. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Mary, if you want, you can. I'll put it on the
I
screen
was just
momentarily.
curious about this word Tamrukahin,
Yeah. Right.
and one of the definitions of the root marak is putty. So I guess that's
Putty.
sort of like cosmetics.
Yeah, they put what do they put the mud stuff on their
Oh
face,
yeah, the
know?
mud packs. Yeah, yeah.
Mud pack. See,
Uh,
nothing's changed.
Okay, well that's what Kohelet said.
That's right.
Okay, so we're reading
You go back to our
that.
document right now. Acher Devar Me'el. Then we'll try and catch up with the measures based on something we've done temporarily up till now.
Okay, so Achad Varim Ha'ele Kishoch
So
Chamat
where are you
HaMelech.
reading from it, Mayor?
Oh, on the screen, it's the very first line. It says Perik Bet Siman Aleph, and then
Thank
there's
you.
an
I got it.
Okay, great. Okay, so this was the quote that after these things, the anger of the king lessened.
Right, as we said, that's usually the way it is with people who get angry. You know, they're not people don't usually stay angry forever. You're in a fury, they get angry, they say and do things they regret later on. When they come to their senses, they're not angry anymore. So that's what happened over here.
Okay, let's see. Leachar shenitkorer menu. What after no, Korer isn't awakened.
It cooled down. It cooled for him after his.
Car, right. Okay. So he cooled down. Great. Okay, Bikeshota, he requested of her.
Well, he started asking around. Where's Vashti? Where's Vashti?
Uh-huh. Amrulo Harguota. They said to him they killed her. Wow.
If you notice in the Megillah, it doesn't say anything about her being killed. Right?
Right.
It says she shouldn't come to the king anymore. But it doesn't say any specifically openly about her being killed. Rashi, if I'm not mistaken, mentions she was killed, but there's no specific reference of the queen being killed. So here he's wondering where she went to. He said you
Wow.
killed her. Okay.
Okay. Amar lahem, lama. So he said back, why? Okay, Amrulo, al she merit, I guess. Shetavo aruma lifanecha l'lifnei asarim below ba'ah. Okay, so they said to him that I guess she should come without clothes, aruma, neged, before you, v'lifnei hasarim, and before his officials, below ba'ah, and she didn't come. Amor lahem yafeh asat shelo ba'ah. He said to them, yafeh is pretty.
Well, actually, it's good. It was for pretty. It was proper.
Oh, it was proper that she didn't come?
Right? He said it was proper. She didn't come. Yeah. What is this? The queen showing up with no clothes? What?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, minatan ha'etz azot, and who gave this advice? Wow. Okay, Rulo, Zion Saray Paras Umidai. So they said to him, what the seven I guess ministers of Paras and Midai. Wow.
I think that's well, that was the right. I think that's the way the pasuk said it, that they were the ones who give the eitzah to Achashverosh, right?
Right. Okay.
Although I thought Haman also gave that advice. No.
Well, maybe wasn't he one of the officers of the king?
Yeah, he was, but I'm not sure if he was considered of the Prasamada. He was actually from Amalek, if we remember, right?
Oh, right. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
So that'll actually be a little bit of a question, perhaps. Then, how is how is Haman considered to be the one who was giving the advice? Um, uh, maybe it was, if you go back to Pasuk, you go back to the first chapter, Pasuk Yud Ches.
Yud Het. Okay, so Yud Het, let's see, it says, this day the princess of Persia, Media, who have heard of the queen's deed, will cite it to the king's officials, and there will be much contempt and wrath.
Well, actually, no, that's not it. We need Pasuk Pasuk Yud Dalet, Pasuk Yud Dalet.
Oh, Yudalid. Okay, so let's see.
That's the
Okay, so those closest to him were, I'll have to read this in the Hebrew. Karsana, Shetar, Admata, Tarshish, Meresh, Marsina, Memuchan. And these were the seven officials, I guess, of Paras Umidai. Ro'eh Pinei HaMelech, who were able to see the king, who Hayoshvim Rishona b'Malchut, who sat, I guess, first in his kingdom, in the kingdom.
So actually, so
Yeah, so you're right, Haman wasn't there.
I've got here that Nare, that there's the lower level pages. They were the higher ranks, that would include Menachem and all the other big all those people, left the palace in case the king blamed them for Vashti's death. The Naarim were all that were left.
Oh,
okay.
I've got that as a written note that we went through it once before.
Well, I just wanted to talk Pasuk Yud Dalet. Mamuchan is they say that's Haman, no?
let's see, 14. Yeah, I don't have any comments on that.
Which
Oh, yeah. In Pasuk Tet Zion, where it says Vayomer Memuchan, I have a comment. Tana taught Memuchan is Haman. Why is he called Memuchan? Because he was destined, Muchan, for destruction. And Rav Kahana said, from here we see that an ignoramus always thrusts himself to the forefront. It's
Right.
from Megillah Yud Bet, Amid Bet, it says.
Right. So that's a bit of a problem now, right? Because we see here that first the pasuk is listing Muchan as part of amongst the seven Sari Prasumadai, and Haman was from Amalek, right?
Right.
So, I mean, it could be he maybe became a minister for Prasumadai, maybe, I don't know, even though he's from Amalek. And according to but it's worse now Because what we're learning now in the Lechak Tov, in our document, the second line, Amrlo, they asked him, "Mi noten etzazu?" Who gave this advice to kill the queen? Amrlo Zion Sar Prada Sumadai, the Zion Sarim of Prasamani, Miad Hargam. So that means Haman is killed now, no?
Well, doesn't Miyad Hargam mean he immediately killed them?
Yeah, he had them killed. He had the advisors killed.
Right.
So according to this, it should be Haman should have been killed already, no?
Well, not you said Haman was from Amalek, so he wasn't part of the seven.
Yes. Well, so how do you learn Pshat in the pasuk in Yud Dalet over there in Perak Aleph Yud Dalet?
Oh,
What's
hold
Pshat in
on.
the pasuk?
You dial it again. Well, that's I guess if we understand that Memuchan is Haman,
So if it is, then what?
then he would have been one of the ones killed. Yeah.
Then he would have been one of the ones killed, right, Roy?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find something. 14.
Where do you see that they were killed?
That's what we're reading right now. We're in the second line in our document.
Said Miyad Hargame. Immediately they were killed, or he killed them literally.
I've also got here somewhere, I've forgotten where I read it just now, but I just read it just now, that in all likelihood, Vashti was exiled. She was never killed because very, very rarely did any nobility get executed except for the most serious of crimes. And this wasn't regarded as such, apparently. So
Yeah, that's the Megillah never mentions anything about Vashti actually being killed. Rashi, if I'm not mistaken, mentions that Vashti was killed. Could be that she was sent into exile. Could be, but here we see this Medrash is learning that she was killed.
So I have a comment on on 114 that says, according to the opinion that these were Jewish advisors, Memuchan was none other than the prophet Daniel.
Really? Huh.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, that's yeah. According to the Medrash, the Jewish advisors were smart enough not to give this advice.
Oh, hold it. It was there, but
Right.
didn't Daniel?
Okay.
Didn't Daniel have access to the king though?
Yeah, yes, of course. I don't know. I'm not too sure about Achashverosh, the previous
Oh,
kings.
okay. Yeah, it was Darius maybe,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
which was
Okay.
the son. Okay.
All right, let's continue on. A little bit difficulty here, but okay, we'll have to see if we can straighten things out a bit. We'll see. Okay,
Okay.
let's continue on.
So we
So
said
Miyad Hargam, they immediately killed him.
they were immediately killed. Okay.
uh,
And then Lefikach lo nizkaruod. So therefore they were no longer mentioned, I guess.
Right.
Uh,
You could maybe say that Mumuchan was not, they're not really Haman. I mean, there are those that say the Gemara says Mumuchan was Haman. Okay, but maybe Pashas, he was not Haman. Okay, I'll have to see.
Yeah, I don't know because I also have a brief comment about the name Memuchan. It's made up, the letters make up two words, Mum Khan, a blemish here. And the
Right.
blemish was his discourtesy of speaking out of turn. and the Torah does not tolerate boorishness.
Uh-huh.
So
Right. That's
I
right.
guess he couldn't have been Mordecai. Could have been Haman maybe, but I don't know. Okay, let's go on.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
so therefore they were no longer mentioned. V'yesh omrim haim natnu etza levatel binyan beit hamikdash. Okay, and they
There are others that say that
oh,
these were the
others
ones who gave the advice to deceased desist from the building of the base of Mikdash.
oh. So they were actually began to rebuild the temple during the reign of Achashverosh.
Yeah, that was the well, actually even before Achashverosh. Achashverosh, the first thing he did was to order the halt of the building of the base of Mikdash. That was his claim to fame.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that was something that he put a halt to, correct.
Okay. Okay.
And
So
he was
Lefi-
obviously he was given the Eitzah by these according to this measure, he was given the Eitzah by these advisors.
Mhm. Okay. So Lefikach Nigzera Alehem Gezirat uh, Hariga. So what therefore an edict was on them, the edict of Hariga is death, isn't it? Killing.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So there was
So it's a combination of both things, meaning they eventually were killed because of their advice to stop the building of the base of Mikdash. But what led to their immediate deaths was the fact that they advised the death of Vashti.
uh-huh. Okay. Viet Asher Nigzar Aleha Gezerat Macho Shel Olam Aita Le'abed et Vashti. Okay, so it's a decree, Mahu, what is of his kingship or of the world, was to destroy Vashti.
Right? Gezeres Malkosha Olam Shaisa Avides Vashti. I mean, it was the Gezeres Malkosha. I mean, that's a reference to a Kadosh Baruch Hu. It was the decree of a
Malchus.
Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shaisa Avid Vashti. They should annihilate Vashti. Vashti should be annihilated.
Okay, to annihilate Vashti. Okay, let's see. Shene'amar B'kamti Alehem Ne'um Hashem Tzivaot V'hakreti Leval Shem Usha'ar V'nin V'nachad Ne'um Hashem. Now it's a quote from Yeshaya. Okay, so it says, and I will arise over them, said Hashem, Tzivaot, the hosts, I guess, and the Kretel I will cut out Labal, the idols there, and
Crossing the bubble, meaning meaning Babylon. Crossing the
Babylon.
bubble.
Oh, that's Babel, right? Of Babylon. Okay. And I'll wipe out Babylon there. The Ushar and the rest, the Neen. I'm not sure what Nin is.
Nin is a great grandchild, right?
Oh, okay, because Neched is grandson. It says,
And Nin is a great grandson.
oh wow. Okay, says the Hashem. That's from Isaiah Yudalid. Okay.
Right. So that was the prophecy that the royal line of Babel shall be cut off and annihilated. And that made Vashar, meaning the remnant, and Vashti was the last remnant of the royal heritage of Babel, which began with Nimrod. Nimrod was the first of the Babylonian kings,
Mhm.
and Vashti was the last of the offspring of Nimrod.
Oh, okay. Very good. Okay, so let's go on. Let's see. Razal. Amrusha Haita Via Binot Yisrael Umifashitan Arumot. Okay, so what the rabbi said that they should bring the daughters of Israel. Mafishitan
Right.
Arumot.
Vashti amongst the amongst the things she would have pleasure and gain entertainment. What she would have the Jewish maidservants serve her without clothes, not wearing any clothes.
Wow.
So therefore, also etzlo and also etzla malacha b'yom Shabbos, and they would do her work on Shabbos.
Wow. Now clothe and work on Shabbos. Wow.
Um,
It almost sounds like it was a favor that Achashverosh got rid of her.
Yeah, well, definitely she was not worth keeping around, that's for sure.
Right. Lefikak nigzar leha laharog biyom hashvi. Okay, so and they therefore there was an edict on her. He put an edict on her uh to have her killed on seventh day. I guess on Shabbat. Biyom hashvi. Wow. Okay. So
Right.
let's
So because that was the seventh, exactly. That was the seventh day of the 7 day feast, was the Shabbos.
uh-huh. Okay. Very good. Okay, so Bet, let's see, is on Vayomru Na'arei Hamelech. Okay, so the king's here it says pages said. Okay, it says Kevan she nehargu yoatsav harishonim hitchil litol etza min hanaarim. So what, since they were killed, Nehagu uh, was his first advice, and he began to nullify the advice of these youth, of these pages. So basically, it sounds like he stopped listening to them.
Well, I guess he was a bit he wasn't so happy with them anymore.
Okay.
So, right. So this is basically a repeat of what we heard before, right? That Nare, because it's telling you why were the Nairim speaking here, right? Why were the Nairim um involved? Because there was no one else left. He had killed all the other advisors.
Right.
And a lot of them left as well.
That was the note that you had there, right?
They left. They fled for their
Yeah.
lives.
Right.
Well, that makes sense. If you're going to get killed, get out of the place.
No, that's when the king's mad, you should
But then did they return, or did Manucha, what's his name, return?
Well, according to your note, only the Narim were left around, right?
Yes, but afterwards, after a little while, what I don't
What do
take
you mean after a little while? What is that? What, I'm not sure what that means. What do you mean by after a little while?
maybe after the maidens were gathered from the four corners of his kingdom, and he'd settled down a bit, and they could return.
Um, Maybe. I mean, I don't know. It's
They mentioned again. I don't know.
no. There's no mention of anyone coming back.
Mhm.
Okay, let's continue in Gimel.
Okay, Gimel, Vayivaked HaMelech Pikidim. And the king should appoint, I guess, advisors. Okay. Amar Rabbi Nachman, Amar Rav Mai, Diktiv, Kol Arum Yaseh Bidat. And that's from Mishlei. So let's see, Rabbi Nachman said that Rabbi Mai said that it is written that all Arum, so all who are neged, I guess, Yaseh Bidat, they will do with knowledge.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, that's interesting. Okay, that's Zedod. This is the uncle. Vayomru lo avadav yivakshu.
Zed David, not Dod.
Oh,
David.
oh, I'm sorry, said David. Okay, so this is uh David. Okay. Vayomru lo, and they said to his servant said to him, Yivakshu la Adoni Hamelech Na'ara Betula. Oh, that they requested for Adoni, the master, the king, a young, I guess, virgin. Okay, that's from Melachim Aleph. Okay, Yivakshu b'tzina'ah uveseter shalola havriach haptulot. Okay, so they searched, I guess, discreetly, b'tzina'ah,
Right.
and
Seen
uveseter, and
right, to say
secretly.
secretly, right.
Okay, shalo, that they don't havriach. Uh,
They wouldn't flee. The Basulas wouldn't flee.
Oh, they wouldn't flee. Okay. Ukasil, Yifrosh, Ulat.
Yifros of I think it's Avelis. It's his seal the fool Yifros. He reveals his stupidity.
Oh, Abelet is stupidity. Okay.
I'm not
Zeh,
mistaken.
yeah, okay. Zachashverosh, this is Zachashverosh, Shekatu Bo, Vayipaked Hamelech Pikidim. Okay, so it's written about him that the king should search or will search Pekidim for I guess candidates or whatever.
Right. So he was doing it in a public way, which was very foolish.
Uh-huh. Right. So Manda Itle
Why was that foolish?
And that was the contrast. You see, when they were looking for a basula for David, they did Yivakesh Petzino Beseser, Shelo Yibrika Basulos. They shouldn't run away. Right? So the contrast to how they did things with David was in contrast. Dr. Zverish did it foolishly.
mhm. Okay, Manda Itle Barata mi Tamra Mine. That's all I
Person
have.
who had, person who had a daughter would hide her, right?
Oh, okay.
No one wanted their daughter to get involved with the king.
Uh-huh. Okay. Shechol echad ve'echad omer b'dato shemalo titav be'einav. It's not good in their eyes, I guess. Ve titvazeh ad al yad hasarasim. Titvazeh is become confused by the
Well,
hand.
Tibazit to be the disgraced.
Oh, disgraced.
Yeah, disgraced by the eunuchs.
Ah,
No one, no one wanted their daughter to get involved with the king. If the king didn't like her, so she'd be sent to the harem, and she'd live out her life in the harem at the hands of the eunuchs. She'd have eunuchs to play with the rest of her life.
But isn't that still a good life? I mean, she's rich. She's gonna be living in luxury.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know what to be stuck in a harem the rest of your life. You're a slave to the king, and she's going to be maybe she'll never see the king again in her life.
Uh-huh.
She'll grow up an old maid in a harem. What kind of life is that? Father doesn't want his daughter to get involved with the king and wind up in the harem. That's terrible.
Hmm.
Terrible. Yeah. Okay, good. And it's okay. Time to stop. So let's see. We're at Siman Hay, Pasuk Hay. Ishu. We have to catch up. We're going back to the Megillah with his Pasuk. Now this is going to be the introduction of Mordechai. Okay.
uh-huh.
Fine. Good. Thank you, Mayor. Very good. We'll take a short break and we'll do the Mishabri Hilchas Megillah, Hilchas Purim, and the Mishabri shortly. Roy should have a good afternoon. And
Thank you.
we'll be continuing on soon. Mitzvah Shem.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.